Dear students, good morning. We already completed the first unit, nutrients in plants. In that we have studied about the plants, how they prepare their own food and the process called a photosynthesis, right? And there are some keywords they are mentioned in the textbook. What are those? First one, autotrophs, heterotrophs, photosynthesis process, then the parasite, then we have a chlorophyll, then insectivorous plants, nutrients, nutrition, host, and then saprotrophs, saprotrophic mode of nutrition, symbiosis, and stomata. These are mentioned in the textbook. You refer to the textbook for an answer and write the right answer for those keywords in your notes. And I will check it in the. I will check you later. And there are exercise part I have sent you already. I hope you all did it in your notes. So there are some questions you may not understand. I am going to deal with those questions, but not all the questions. Fill in the blanks and match the following. Correct the choose answers. They are direct questions. You may understood very clearly, but there are some questions which are somewhat confusion. So there are some question answers. They may be somewhat confusion. I will clarify them now. Exercise part, first one. Why do organisms take a food? As I send you the PDF, in that they mentioned the answer. So what is the answer? The organism require a food for gaining the energy and to maintain the life processes. So what are the life processes? Life processes are nothing but our day-to-day life, life happening things. They are nothing but the respiration, digestion, excretion, then circulation of a blood and reproduction. These are the life processes. They are happening in our day-to-day life. So for this only the energy is required or the food is required. So what is the next question? Distinguish between a parasite and a saprotrophs. Okay, so you make two columns. In that you have one side is parasite and the other is saprotrophs. So what is parasite? These are the plants or the organisms which climbs on another plants or organisms for their nutrients. They are called as a parasite. And the saprotrophs means these also plants which take nutrients from the dead and decaying materials. They are called as a saprotrophs. Example for parasite is, as I given, cascata plant or a amarbella plant, and the parasite is, example is algae or a fungus. And another difference is parasites are depend on living organisms. Okay, these are depend on living organisms for their nutrients, but the saprotrophs, they are does not depend upon the living organisms. They depend on dead and decaying materials. These are the some differences between the parasite and the saprotrophs. What is the next question? How would you test the presence of starch in leaves? So what is the main component in leaves? As I told, chlorophyll. In the chlorophyll, the carbohydrates and starch are present. So when we take the starch solution for a iodine test, when we have done the iodine test on that starch solution, what happens? There will be a color change in the starch solution, that is from yellow to a blue or a black color. This color change will shows the presence of a starch in the leaves. Okay, this is the third answer. So what is the next question? Give a brief description of the process of synthesis of a food in a green plants. This is a fourth question, and the answer is, so they are mentioned the brief description of the photosynthesis process. Means you have to write the explanation of the photosynthesis process. So what is photosynthesis process? The process of preparing of a food in plants using the carbon dioxide, water and minerals in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. They will produce as a carbohydrates and oxygen, which is necessary for the human beings. This is what a photosynthesis process, and you should mention the reaction. What is that? Carbon dioxide plus water will produce the carbohydrates and the oxygen. This reaction is easy for you to remember the photosynthesis process. Okay, and you should mention the raw materials, whatever they are used in the process, whatever the used in this photosynthesis process. What are those? First one is the water, which is transported from the roots to the leaves, and then chlorophyll, which is helpful for the making the food in the leaves, and third one is in presence of a sunlight. As you know, the sun is the main source of all energies. In presence of sunlight only the food is prepared. And you should mention the what are the raw materials used in this process. First one is a water, which is taken from the roots of the plants and they transported to the leaves. The first raw material is a water. Then the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide in the environment will absorbed by the leaves by the tiny pores called as stomata, which helpful for the photosynthesis process. And the chlorophyll, the green color pigment, which is helpful to prepare the food. You should mention these requirements, and the if they ask this for the 5 marks, you should mention all these things. Must and should, reaction should be there. Okay. The next question is, show with the help of a sketch the plants are ultimate source of a food. And it is a diagram I have sent you. You may did it. Okay. There is no much answer for this question. And in that textbook they have mentioned 13 questions. What is that? Why do farmers grow many fruits and vegetable crops inside the large greenhouses? What are the advantages to the farmers? So, why the farmers they grow the fruits or vegetables in the greenhouses? Because in the greenhouses what happens? The solar energy is absorbed by the plants, and some of the solar energy is emitted from the plants, and this is absorbed by the space and that is radiated to the plants only. So from this only the plants can produce a more food. Okay, that's why the farmers use this method, greenhouse method. Okay, you should remember this greenhouse effect or the method. And what is this advantages is it will help to improve the yield, right? So we will get a more and more food. Okay, and the consumption of pesticides and the fertilizers is less. And one more is you can grow any fruits or vegetables in any season, right? For this purpose only this greenhouse effect will be helpful. This is all about the exercise part. If you have any doubts you can ask me, and the diagrams should be very neat and clear. Don't rewrite any questions or answers. Okay, you should mention all the keywords, exercise part, and all the questions. Okay, the next unit is nutrition in animals. As we discussed about the nutrients in the plants, how they prepare their food. They prepare their own food called as a photosynthesis process. So how these animals prepare their food? So we are going to study all about this in this chapter. Okay, what are the main contents of this lesson are? Different ways of taking the food, means the different animals have their different type of taking the food. Okay, that we are going to study in this concept. And the next is digestion in humans and the digestion in a grass eating animals. In this digestion in humans we are going to study about the human digestive system. There are some parts or which are the parts included in the digestive system. What is the main processes or what they are going to do in the digestive system, we are all going to study it in this lesson. Okay, so the firstly different ways of taking the food. Okay, so animals, they directly eat the plants or they may indirectly depend upon the plants. As I told in the first class about the how they prepare their food. That is, human beings or the animals directly eat the plant, or it is a direct method. If human beings or animals eat the animals, that animals depend upon the plants, and this is indirect mode of taking of food, right? So some of the components which are maybe present in animals, they eat the animals, which may be not present in plants, they eat the plants. So there is some difference. They may direct eat the animals or they direct eat the plants. Whatever, now we animals or human beings depend upon the plants for their food. So what are the components you may know? Carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, proteins, lipids. These are components present in our diet. So these animals require nutrition from the plants. So animal nutrition requires some food components. What are the food components? You know, you have learnt in the 6th standard. They are nothing but the carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, lipids, fats, and some of the sugars. Right? These are the food components required for the animal nutrition. Using these components only, the animals prepare their food. Okay. So these what are the food components are present? They are called as a complex compounds. Why? Because they are made up of simpler substances. These simpler substances will group of simpler substances will produce as a complex substances, and the process of breakdowning of a complex substance into a simpler substance, this process is called a digestion. So please be remember, these are called as a complex substances. So what is called a digestion? The digestion is nothing but the breakdown of a complex substance into simpler substances in a food. It is called as a digestion. Okay. So this is about a digestion. How this process is taking place in the human body. We are going to study that about in the human digestive system. So different animals or different organisms have a different mode of taking a food. Okay. So I will give some example. Some bees or hummingbirds, they suck the nectar of flowers. It is the mode of nutrition in case of bees and hummingbirds. Some human beings or animals, they are depend upon the mother milk. By feeding the milk to the infants, they will produce the food. It is in case of animals and the human beings. So some aquatic animals, by absorbing tiny pores or tiny materials present in the water, they absorb that tiny particles and get the food. There are some activities or some examples are given in your test books. Go through that and write the which type of food material they absorbing and which type of what mode of feeding is taking place in those organisms. You go through that. In the next class I will going to deal about that. Okay, thank you.